One, two, three, three, two, one. What's up, guys? Qyad here, back again, once again. Yeah, okay. So today we're going to do something a little different. I've done a bunch of team building guides in the past, so this time I'm just going to breeze right through it, kind of just give you a quick thoughts, and then I'm going to show you a battle this time, and hopefully that is going to help you guys more. Even though I wouldn't say I'm the top battler, I think my strong suit is definitely a team building aspect. So hopefully, gives you some different point of views, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this week I am playing the Carolina Pantherians. Lander. Anyway, cool guy, Techno. First time in the MBA. I'm not sure where we found him, but definitely glad to have him on board. He's been a great asset so far, and hopefully he gets some good battles in. So on the right you can see his team. Cradley is cut out, but it wasn't brought anyway, so not important. But I'll discuss when I'm talking about my team. God, I'm stuttering. I don't know why. Just so excited. Season 5. We are finally there. I guess I can do a quick little MBA update real quick. Yeah, I actually didn't have anything to talk about other than I guess this is going to be my last season. Because I'm going to skip season 6, come back season 7 strong, recharge. But otherwise, NBA-wise, it's been really good. A lot of great guys right now. It's just been a great time. Really enjoyed my time, and hopefully everyone else's. And hopefully we can get the YouTube going again, have the power ranking start back up. So I think that's everything I want to say about NBA. Let's just hop right into it. Okay, so La Bunny, my bay, sweeper of or not sweeper, but cleaner of choice, really gets the job done. So this game fake out, is just standard. And then high jump kick and frustration kind of cleaned up the team well. The only things I was really worried about that wouldn't clean would be really the hitmon top with an intimidate, and then Kafagrigas was also scary. But I had ways around both of those, so I wasn't terrified. So speed wise, I wanted to make sure I could outpace a Thunderous Therian, and then I just dumped the rest into attack and then HP just because I knew I would never be able to outpace Sceptile, so I was fine in just admitting that it's not going to happen, not going to work out. So that's kind of my thought process there, and then Adamant, because I tested to make sure I could outspeed Ambipom and that Thunderous. I guess it would be Ambipom, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I built this team. So yeah, Ambipom was what I was trying to outspeed. That's his fastest thing, and that's kind of where I put my speed priority. So next up, I wanted a good check to Akafagrigas. So my choice was Infernate, which seems kind of weird at first, but I really wanted a Will-O-Wisp immunity, because that's what he's going to use against me. So Infernate was my choice. Life Orb, and then I wanted a Nasty Plot just so I could set up once and then just demolish that Kafagrigas. Grass Knot's there to hit a couple of things like Zoomeril harder. That was really all I was there for. And then Close Combat kind of just swept the rest of the things where I didn't really want to run Focus Miss. Wasn't reliable, and that's really something you want to look out for in League play, where if you have the opportunity to maybe go for either less powerful or maybe you have to go mixed or just in general a more accurate move, I really recommend it if you know that gets you the kills anyway without risking something like a miss or any sorts of hacks that can come back to bite you later. Next up is my girl Roserade, who is honestly really underrated. I feel like it doesn't get the love it deserves in standard League play, where it's always such just a hard thing to switch into. So I was definitely glad I was able to grab that from A12 and potentially Dylan as well. So I mean, definitely future seasons, I really recommend this mod. It's very diverse, and I think it's kind of overlooked for some weird reason. And then that's another thing I want to talk about for the NBA, where hopefully I can get A12 as well involved in this. And we're going to do like a underrated kind of like sleeper hidden gem mons that we think are kind of overlooked in League format, and hopefully that will help Season 6. So definitely got to talk to him about that and see if that's something we can work out. Any suggestions on mons, maybe leave them in the comments, I guess. Make this interactive. Next up, so yeah, Roserade. I wanted a good check to Thunderous. I wanted a good check to Sceptile, which is also his Mega. You don't really see it on the screen, but that's what it is. And then I kind of just wanted like a soft check to maybe like a Hitmontop or Cradley. So Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb hits everything I needed hard. Synthesis just gets some recovery, and then Spikes I thought was really nice in this team. Just help wear down like the Heat Ran and Kafagrigas and maybe a Mamos line as well. So that's kind of where I was going. 16 speed I think is always just a nice thing, because I know people like me who are really into the team building aspect will always try and speed creep, or at least get to the speed I need to be at, maybe to hit a defensive mon or to just outspeed. So it's always nice on your defensive mons, maybe just putting like 16 20 speed, just kind of like catch, people like me or just be on the safe side. That never hurts, and you're not expending a bunch of extra speed to be there. I only lost, like I said, the 16 HP or HP, the 16 EVs that could have gone somewhere else, but so not a big deal. Otherwise, rest in special defense and HP, just a good solid bulky mon. Next up is my boy Weavile, back from season 1 again. I wanted a good Kafagrigus check. I wanted some Ice Shard just for things like Sceptile, and could really just damage his whole team with low kick, knockoff, and Ice Shard, and Sword Stance just to do some damage. Lumberry was again for the Will-O-Wisp incoming, or maybe a T-Wave from the Thunderous, just something general like that. So when I was doing my speed check, I decided that I didn't really need any speed because Ice Shard killed the things that I wanted to outspeed, and then I wasn't really going to stay in against Ambipom just because of Fake Out, where I didn't think it was worth it, and then I would go for Ice Shard anyway, being that's kind of my best answer to it. So I decided to dump everything in the HP and then attack and just kind of be a bulky Weavile, which seems weird, but it's viable in this kind of sense where the things I want to keep in it against are like something like Kafagrigus where I can live a Shadow Ball easily. Maybe I want to keep it in against Mantine and risk a Scald Burn because I have that Lumberry. Cradleby maybe. So it's weird, but I think it works in this type of situation. Next up is Gramble. I wanted to check to Mamoswine. Kind of a self-check to Sceptile. Kind of force it only use Leaf Storms or Giga Drains. And then also a check to a Azumarill. And the other half of the Mon that walled my Lopunny was that Hitmontop. So my Gramble did that well. Rest with a Chesto Berry to kind of get me back up to full because I didn't really see anything that was a pure knockoff user. It's something you see on Azumarill, but again, very rare. It's the same thing with Mamoswine, where I didn't really think I was going to see it. So I felt comfortable going with Chesto rather than like Sleep Talk. And then kind of moves are just self-explanatory. And then last up was my Nidoking, also back from season 1. It's kind of like a reunion for me. This is nice. Earth Power, Sludge Wave, hit everything extremely hard, and then I just want some extra priority. It doesn't hurt, and I didn't really need any extra moves or coverage. Everything was hit plenty hard. And I also really want Stealth Box, the most important move of the game. I really recommend them on any team just to cover Focus Ashes when spikes don't cover it for you. And it's just a solid move in general. Speed-wise, what was this hitting? Probably going to outpace Mamoswine at best. So I think that's kind of where I was at. I know Ice Shard, but my Nidoking could live one Ice Shard if I was at near full. I think it had to be like above 80%. So that wasn't going to be too tough for me to keep in mind. Unfortunately, I know in this game he was Scarf, so it didn't work out for me there, but it doesn't hurt just to put it there. So that's kind of the team in general. If you have any questions on my team building or why I brought these 6 Mons, certainly feel free to ask. And then I think we're going to switch over to the game, so I guess see you back in a second. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys, back again. So, team preview-wise, I thought I prepped for all these very well. I had my Gramble to help with the God, what is that thing's name? Ambipom, I'm sorry. Sceptile, I had Gramble and Roserade to check it hard, and then Infernape and Weavile could both kill it. Mamoswine had Gramble, so it's going to put a lot of pressure on Gramble, but then again, I had my Infernape and Lopunny could both kill that. Kafagrigus, like I expected, I had Baton Pass to get into either my Infernape, or maybe I can burn my Lumberry on this to get it in, go with a knockoff, or even Gramble would also do a ton. Azumarill again, I had my Gramble, which is putting a lot of pressure, but I think the rest Chesto will work out well for him. Skunk Tank, I had checks to it. My Nidoking could kill it, Infernape could kill it, Lopunny could probably 2 KO it. Weavile, again, probably with an Ice Shard, it's fine. So, I mean, I had answers to it. I didn't prep extremely hard, but, I had my answers, so I was set. For him, I would imagine his win condition is probably that Mammoth one. I think that can do a lot of work to my team if he brought Scarf or something, which he did. I'm going to try my best. I didn't watch this before. It's just probably my mistake. But I'll try to give my best with my honest predictions, where I'm not going to say, oh my god, I predicted that move. I knew it was coming. I'll admit, I'm not the best player. I don't see things coming, and hopefully I can share some insight. I'm going to pause it every once in a while to explain my thought process, if I, to the best of my ability, or if I'm shocked by a decision I made. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. So let's just get into it. Okay, so I lead off with Lopunny. He leads off with Ambipom. I'm going to switch out because I know his Fake Out's going to get hit first, and I don't want to take any extra damage. So he's going to go ahead, get some damage off, and then I am going to go for a Play Rough. I think I just want to get damage off on the Ampom. I can't argue with that play. Going to switch out, go into Infernape, expecting the Will-O-Wisp, and I get that prediction right. I think I go for, Grass Knot. Like, I was probably predicting the Azumarill would be his switching of choice. Fortunately, he stays in and gets the Pain Split off. Not a big deal. I think this turn I'm going to go for a Fire Blast. Yeah, I want to get full again, and he outplays me there, so not a big deal. I'm going to go out into Gramble, get the Intimidate off, and see what he wants to go for. He's going to go for a knockoff. So unfortunately, like I said, I'm going to lose that Chesto Berry, but I can still rest up. It won't be a big deal. He's going to miss, and I'm going to get a Toxic off, which is really helpful wearing that down, because that's one of kind of the few things Gramble needs to worry about. He's going to go out in the Skunk Tank, and I'm going to go for a Play Rough, get him down to 50, and have the attack drop, which is a huge help. I'm going to head out in the Nidoqueen as I can live up a Poison Jab. And I'm going to set up my rocks as he's going to go for another Poison Jab, maybe predicting my Gramble to the one to lower his attack, or he didn't have a better option, I don't know. Earth Power can now kill, and out comes his Mamoswine. Now here, it's going to seem like a funny play for me to stay in, but I knew I could outspeed. I didn't think he would expect an Earth Power, but unfortunately he is Scarfed. So that kind of set me back. I'm going to go out into my Weavile. And now, that was actually a really huge misplay on my behalf, because I'm here thinking that a Weavile with that extra bulk will leave an Earthquake. It can't, so that was kind of a misplay on him, and luckily he kind of switched out fearing what I would have gone for, and I obviously try to correct my mistake a little bit late, but it works out well for me as I am able to get the Azumarill. Almost going to Anyway, I can wear it down to about 7%. He's going to be forced to sack it, as I'm just going to go ahead and rest up when I get all that HP back, and let Azumarill die to its own poison. Okay, caught back up. Mamoswine's going to come back out, and at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and sack Infernape. Cofagrigus is just low enough at this point where I didn't feel too bad, and then I'm going to go out into Lopunny, who is just going to go for a return, I think. Nope, I go for Fake Out. That makes more sense. Okay. I go for Fake Out. I can now no longer touch Cofagrigus, so I'm going to Baton Pass out of here. And I'm going to go into Weavile, who can burn off my Lumberry, but he's going to go for Pain Split, which gives me the free opportunity to knock off. Bring it down to about 44. He had a Culber Berry, which caught me. And then I'm going to make another huge misplay here by staying in and going for knockoff, even though he can kill me, which I had no reason to, because I had a great switch in with maybe a Lopunny, Roserade, or Gramble, which I really, really regret this decision, just because this was a surefire check to Sceptile, and the Ice Shard would have been great against something like Ambipom. So really huge misplay here for me just to go ahead and sack this, but I am going to let it go down, and I am going to switch out into Lopunny, just because I knew I could revenge kill it, but at the same time, it wasn't worth for me to sack it right out. So I'm in my Lopunny now. I have been mummied, and out comes the Sceptile. Now I'm predicting him. I knew I could outspeed. I didn't expect to protect, though, and that's why the side jump kick comes out to bite me in the butt. Not want to take any more damage. I go out in the Roserade as he goes for a Dragon Pulse, and I live that fairly well. What am I going to do here? I'm sorry, I don't even know. I would imagine I'm probably going to attack, though. Yeah, I go for a Sludge Bomb, get a nice chunk of damage off on the Mamoswine, and then I'm going to go back out in the Gramble to get the Intimidate off and just kind of preserve my HPs. Next turn, I'm going to switch back out into Lopunny, knowing I could live in Ice Shard, or Icicle Crash Beat, that's what he goes for, or, just going to let this keep going. Okay, back at the Gramble, lowering his attack again, brings me down to about 60%. He's going to switch out and go into Impel. I'm really hoping I can wake up, probably going for like a Play Rough. Fortunately, don't get it. He's going to U-turn out, and I am going to probably go for another Play Rough, as he switches out into Sceptile, still can't get it. This turn, I'm going to go ahead and go into Roserade, expecting a Grass Up move. That's what he goes for. He goes for a Leaf Storm, and now I am free to go for another Sludge Bomb, predicting probably maybe the Mamoswine. But nope, this time he goes Ambipom, not a big deal. Sludge Bomb off, get him down to 19. Don't get the Poison, which would have been helpful. Wearing him down made the game a little closer. So I'm going to go back out into Gramble, going to eat up the Fake Out, and now I'm really, really hoping I can get that Arrest off. So I think I've had about 2 turns, so it's about time for me to get up, and I do. And I Play Rough. Okay, interesting decision. I don't know if I agree with that. Anyway, Sceptile's going to come out. I do have to sack my Gramble to get a free switch out into Roserade, who now can just clean up the game, because Sceptile is pretty much, yeah, okay. Sludge bomb it out, and then Rose Ray can live any one hit, and that's the end of the game. So I definitely would have played my Weavile better, and I'm not really sure if this is even helpful anymore because I feel like I rambled on far too much. Yep, it wasn't my best game, but I think I did a good job, especially against Techno, who I wasn't really sure of his skill level, and he's definitely a really good player. And prompts to him for his first match being kind of a tough game for him, as I've kind of ascended to God level in the eyes of many people, which isn't really true. I don't think I'm that good, but I lost for words. I think I really talked through that way too fast. If you have any questions on the game, please let me know. I can try to help out, and then hopefully, probably should have watched the game first, but that's okay. You guys got a general gist, and I think I explained some of my plays well enough. I am going to try and either live record my game against Cody, or who's the Beijing Drapions, who's another fantastic player. I think he was top 4, maybe top 2 in Kalos last season. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember who was in the semifinals and semifinals and finals. I know Dylan won, but I don't remember who else was in there. So yeah, either Cody, I'll try and live record if I can get to him on. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up my schedule. I don't know who I play. Or, London, Ontario will also be a good game. If not, if I can't get to those guys, Casey is also coming up on my schedule pretty soon. And that would be a fantastic game to live record. I think the two of us have gone 2-2, I think, in our games against each other. So that would be a nice tiebreaker game. So that'd be really interesting to watch live, too. So hopefully I can get one of those 3 games, either Cody, Alex, or Casey, live recorded. And I will also do a team building for one of them as well. So hopefully you guys really enjoy that. And then definitely be sure to check some of these other coaches who are doing kind of similar stuff to what I'm doing. So hopefully there's a lot of chances and a lot of good things coming up in NBA. Good luck, have fun as always, and talk to you guys later.